me that bar stool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st.
Welcome to 21st in Prime. Jamie Dukes, Rone, sponsored by Heineken 00. That's zero alcohol, 69 calories. I'm going to say that again because this is Heineken time because it's football season. In football season, people like to drink, but they don't understand. They can also drink but not get drunk because it's zero alcohol, 69 calories. Listen to me.
They got them around the office. They got them in the fridge right in the office. I could grab a Heineken 00, have my peanut butter and jelly at lunch, and then I'm sharp for the rest of the day. I'm not, it's not like I'm getting drunk at lunch. I'm good enough to be able to do my afternoon work and enjoy a beer.
Okay, Ron, with your peanut butter and jelly, are you the guy who puts the peanut butter on the bread, then you put the jelly on top of the peanut butter, or you put the peanut butter on both sides of the bread?
I'm very specific about this. It's peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other. And if you ever put the peanut butter in the refrigerator, you're a crazy person, you're out of your mind, and you're a psychopath.
But the hot sauce can go in there. Now, see, I do it both ways, and I get mad at myself because the proper way to do it is to put the peanut butter on one side, put the jelly on the other side, so you're spreading it out evenly. And so sometimes, unfortunately, because I'm taking that snack that I shouldn't be eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I love peanut butter and jelly, is I'll put it on top of the peanut butter.
That's how you do it.
What?
Now you put the jelly on top of the peanut butter. Now you even the jelly out all the way around so you know how much peanut butter to cover. Because when you put the peanut butter on one side, the jelly on one side, now you don't know how thick the peanut butter is on this side. You got to meet it with the jelly, and they never meet until you put it together.
Yeah, no, but if you smooth it out, and you should have levels to where it's like,
but the jelly is going to be thinner.
Well,
if you put it on the side of the bread by itself. Now, back in the day,
not mine. That's the problem, not mine. I love it.
I everybody does it differently.
Yeah,
and it's a multitude of ways to do it. I even sometimes like to cut the banana and put the banana on it as well.
You know what I do on it? And this is crazy. This is genius level thinking. I take the Reese's Puff cereal and I put some of the cereal on the peanut butter and jelly. It gives a little bit of a crunch in the middle of there.
Once you do the nuts, if you're going to do that, once you do the nuts, put the crunchy nuts in there.
You can't ask a man to put nuts in anything, Jamie. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop.
You have to.
You cannot ask a man to do. You can't ask a man.
If you need to put the nuts in there, you got to put the nuts in there too. That's what they're asking for.
Do you hear how you sound, though?
No, if you want to put the nuts in the cereal, you put the nuts in the cereal. If they ask you, some people like the nuts in the cereal. That would be painful.
They're going to take this out of context, Jamie. They're going to take your sound bites out of context.
I don't want to say no. Because see, sometimes they like the sprinkles on the nuts too.
Lord help him.
And so when you put
he not knoweth what he saith, Lord help him. For he not heareth what he saith. Lord help him.
On the nuts, and then what?
Let's talk about the Emmys. But
the tougher of the two certainly is the nuts going in the cereal all day. That just is virtually impossible.
Bro, get us to Cedric the Entertainer, please.
Cedric he was hosting the Emmys this past weekend, and he did a beautiful job. It was an incredible ceremony. We had everything from Conan O'Brien photobombing the stage to a very touching tribute from Jamie Foxx about Michael K. Williams, who died recently. That was a really touching part. Conan O'Brien, always hilarious. Did you guys watch the Emmys? What are some of your takeaways? What kind of TV shows are you watching these days?
It was a really good football game on, by the way, during the Emmys. I don't know who did that. So we're watching a football game, but I did switch back
here and there.
Yeah. I saw Said do this thing where they were around like doing a group chat. And they was talking about why they didn't win an Emmy, and it was hilarious. It was really hilarious with all the iconic people that had not won an Emmy, and they were talking about how hurt they were. It was like a remake of an AA meeting. It was hilarious. Said did a great job. I'm proud of the big fella.
Well, now see, that's what's funny. See, so again, going back to haters or whatever commentary. So I see an article this morning on I think it's Yahoo, and so that wasn't a traditional Emmys show that we've seen in the past. And so the traditionalists, I'm watching this article and I'm reading the article and how this traditionalist, they had a problem with Cedric. Said the worst part about the Emmys last night, according to this person who wrote the article, was Cedric. Now, Cedric is the funniest dude, one of the funniest dudes on earth.
Yeah, they hurt.
I mean, but it's just a trip, man.
But do you think it's different because, and I can say this, I got to say it, we're barstools. There's different ethnicities of comedy.
Correct.
Some guys transcend both, but some guys can't. So were they saying that they didn't like the black comedy, or they just didn't like say it? What do you think they were saying?
I mean, that's a good question, and it's a delicate one.
I didn't think they liked the black comedy. If you were waiting on me, I was letting Rone answer.
I thought the screen froze for a minute.
No, I was going to let Rone get out
red
there.
light, green light. Y'all sit up there playing freeze tag. Like, come on, man. Y'all talk over each other on any other time. Now everybody want to be silent.
I agree with the inference that you are making because you just took a different route to making the same point that I was making. That it was that traditionalist was the word actually that I was using, because I think that's clear because think about it. Well, so Ron and Deion never came. Okay, so during the NFL Combine, for as long as we were all working there together, during the Combine, the Oscars was always that Sunday night. So Mike Mariano, Rich Eisen, all the cast of characters. Every single year, all of the executives would go over to Ruth Chris and they would be a part of this Emmy party. Now, Oscar party, excuse me, an Oscar event. Drinks in the steakhouse. You can't go bad there at Shula's and then everybody else being there. But Coach Prime never showed up to the Oscar party.
I was going home to my kids.
So you don't care about these award shows, huh? I mean, there could have been something... There could have been something about a black comedy element of it, but I don't know who necessarily wrote that, so I don't know what they thought. But I think that there definitely is like black comedy. Like there definitely are there's a specific sense of humor. Yeah, some people get it. And
there's also white comedy, as we would say in our hood, because you can't. Seinfeld means absolutely nothing. And I don't mean out of disrespect. I have great respect, as I'm sure everybody does, for Jerry Seinfeld. But I'm saying the show Seinfeld has very little resonance at all in the African
black man. To the average black man.
Yeah, to the African has.
I appreciate Seinfeld. Jamie does too. But to the average black man, it's like, hey man, well, can you tickle me and make me laugh? Like it's no relevance whatsoever.
He couldn't take it.
Ron couldn't take it.
Ron couldn't take
it. He just jumped off right now.
He just said that.
Yeah.
That was too much. I knew, Coach. I told you when this topic came up, that might be a problem. Yeah,
I can't believe Ron just dipped out. He's back.
He tipped out. So
he just dipped out like that.
You just couldn't take that, Ron.
He's back.
Yeah. Anytime you start talking about white comedy, black comedy, I said I had to get the hell out of here because I was about to say something spicy about Martin, but Martin was the equivalent to Seinfeld almost. It's like Martin is one type of, it's like that's the comedy, like a black comedy that if I watch battle rap, there's going to be bars about Martin. People are going to be talking about, Gino or Brahman or something, like they're going to be talking about Martin. But I think that it's, if you watch a white guy might have some type of Kramer reference or something. And I think it's experience-based comedy. So it's tailored to the experience of a white person versus tailored to the experience of a black person.
Let me tell you
something about the white comedy and the shows that were Caucasian based, and the star was a Caucasian, had a whole Caucasian cast. Let me tell you what I love about them now. Everybody on the show ate. What I mean by that, the show may have been named Seinfeld, but everyone on the show had just as many lines, and they were stars. They all could spin off. No, Jamie, they all could spin off and have their own shows. All of them.
Yeah, but they didn't get 120 million for the rights to broadcast the re-airs. Seinfeld got that, and they might have got a little.
There's more people watching. There's more people watching. That's the reason.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, those shows, everybody ate, and the predominantly African American shows, when it was over for the show, when the show had its run, everybody couldn't go and eat. I think everybody on Seinfeld had a show after that show. Everybody on Friends kept going and going and going and go, right?
Let me give you the best one who did that.
Who did?
In Living Color. In Living Color. Everybody.
That wasn't a sitcom. That wasn't a sitcom.
No. But I'm just saying. But when it comes to the philosophy of eating, everybody that the Wayans folks put on that show, they went off somewhere and ate. Carrie turns into the biggest box office star for 5 to 7 years. J-Lo becomes J-Lo. You can't say any more than that. The brothers, all the family, just what they've done in movies. I don't think really. They have done some amazing, and I think that the brothers have done an amazing job of transitioning, black and white comedy and being that olive branch, if you would, to kind of merge it. What they did with White Chicks was genius, and some of the other stuff that they did. But pretty much, I mean, Greer's been on several shows. Tommy had some issues in life, but he would have been, because I think Tommy might have been the most talented of them all. Yeah,
Tommy Davidson. He's speaking of, it's hilarious. You're right about that, but I'm saying the sitcoms, not the comedy sketches, but the sitcoms, we just didn't have the same balance, and I never could understand why. But I did understand why when you watch the dynamics of the show with the lines given and all of that. In almost every African-American based show, the star got his, but the cast didn't go on to get theirs thereafter.
Yeah, when a star's eating and everybody else isn't eating, that's kind of a shitty situation. But another shitty situation is one that we were going to talk about last show, and it involved a fan from Pittsburgh. And this fan from Pittsburgh made a mess of himself at the Steelers game. In fact, he defecated in his own pants. But instead
has that been like stated, like we know that's what's happened?
Confirmed, because there was a picture of this man standing in the bathroom at the stadium with his ass out, cleaning off his khaki pants and going back into the game. He stood over the sink.
But why did it happen?
Because he had class. He cleaned his butt out. He got class. He could have just sat there and it was just funky. But he went to the bathroom and cleaned his old pants and drawers and everything. You got to give him credit.
So are we saying so basically he had an accident at the game? Is that what we're saying? Got excited.
A grown man.
Well, no, I mean, no, that's
now, Ron, let me tell you something on this man's defense, and Jamie's gonna speak on this too. We know some football players that changed pants at halftime too. I ran in the locker room and take care of it.
Bam!
Yeah. We everybody I know that has played football knows a teammate or two. They had to go in the bathroom and take care of that. Had to go come. Do you understand how much time it takes to get out of a whole football uniform? Then put on another pair of pants with the pads in it and everything. Take back up.
You gotta get taped.
First of all, you gotta say you have a spat which is wrapping around your shoes. How you gonna get your pants off? You gotta take everything off, man. Then you gotta get in the shower. Yeah, but you gotta take a bath too. You gotta shower too.
Oh, so is it usually from a hit? Is there an impact and then it happens, or is it just some bad sushi the night before?
It could be a squirt. It could be a hit. It could be a blart.
A blart. You said a blart. Hey,
that's your word.
I was watching the Florida Gators play a few years back on TV, and they had on white. Like, I'm just sitting there. They had on. This would happen when they have on white pants and a running back. The reason I noticed the guy number was 22, and I was wondering why would they let this dude wear 22? And Emmett was a dog, and he got hit.
He took the deuce.
It was a crime scene. It was a crime scene, dog. It was so bad. They put a towel up around him to try to hide it, and he had to run in the locker room with a towel around his pants. But it was a crime scene, man. Dude,
Oh,
it was a crime scene with that white on. It was bad.
that's not fair. Yeah, as a grown man, I mean, people love to act like this will never happen to a grown adult. It happens to a grown man. I probably would have gone home or just, thrown out the boxers or something like that. I think that's protocol. But cleaning it out in the sink is a dedication to football. The man deserves an award. I think that he really cares about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Speaking of awards,
James, they probably should start putting a small shower in each bathroom now, just in case. Like you just get filthy and disgusting, because it's not just a blart, like you said. It could be like you vomit on yourself, because people get intoxicated at these games, and they may need to just wash it all off them.
It happens. Maybe just a shower. They have eye washing stations some places, just the lower half washing station at the stadium.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. This is, obviously you'll expound on this. So, Sha'carri Richardson, did you see what Usain Bolt said to her?
What? Because I guarantee it's profound. I don't know nothing about this story, but I guarantee you. See, Usain Bolt is one of those guys that when he speaks, I listen.
Okay. I'm just going to say, so what Usain Bolt basically said as it pertains to Sha'carri Richardson was she should train harder and not say too much.
You got to take that. You got to take that for what it is. How many gold medals? Best athlete, think of the year he won, still holding records. What you gonna say to that? He don't know what he's talking about?
So
Who is he? Sometimes you got to just take that L and go on home and roll with it. I'm going to adhere to my elders.
Don't tell Usain or don't tell Sha'carri Richardson to roll with an L, man. She might wind up smoking it, man. She'll definitely roll an L.
So now here's the response that was posted on the and I understand that this is not unexpected. I'll say it that way. I'm just going to say it.
Please don't. Please don't tell me that she said something out of pocket to Usain Bolt. Please don't tell me that she was disrespectful to Usain Bolt. Please don't tell me that her handlers or her management team allowed her to respond disrespectfully to Usain Bolt. Please, Lord, please. Lord, please.
So I'm going to honestly tell you, I'm confused by the reaction, because I think there are two people who wrote this. Number one. So this was posted in the Shade Room. Richardson shared a social media post that read, so she shared it. Everybody wants to give advice in the media, but none of them actually take the time to speak to her outside the media. So I feel her, stop speaking on me when you don't even speak to me. I'm reading exactly what I'm reading. I'm going to read it again, because this is exactly what was said. This is what she posted.
So what you're saying is someone was talking as if it was to her, but it really was her talking.
I don't know. I think she posted this, and then somebody editorialized the post, and then they posted the rest of what she had to say or something, because there are two people clearly talking here.
I never like it. I never like it when athletes say, like, keep my name out of your mouth, or don't talk about me, or don't talk about this. It's like, you're a celebrity. You're in the public limelight. People are allowed to talk about you. You're running in the Olympics. You can't say, keep my name out of your mouth if you're on television on NBC during prime time. It's just the nature of the beast.
That is true. I had a meeting today with the Swag Media, and they asked me about what Jamie alluded to in the last show about what Reggie Bush and others are saying about me being thought of a Power 5 job and how did that make me feel. I said, well, if I'm going to get high off that, I got to get low off the other stuff. So if I'm going to take the good, I got to also read the bad and take that too. So I say, I choose not to observe or engage in any of it because I'm locked in and focused right now. But you can't take, if Usain Bolt praise you, then he challenged you to do better. You can't take that, but you don't want to take that. So if you're going to take one, you got to take the other.
That's a fact. One thing that you don't have to compromise, though, is on the way that you watch live sports, and especially with our good partners over at Sling. You can take it all in one place at Sling. So if you love watching live sports, but you're tired of the high prices, it's time for you to take control of your TV experience, and it's time you got Sling. They're the place where your favorite channels, ESPN, Red Zone, SEC Network, Golf Channel, they all come together for less. And with Sling, you can watch pro football, you can watch college football, and you can stay up on your fantasy league, build your own channel lineups, build your own. You even have a Barstool channel where you can watch the Coach Prime documentary as regular programming. You can see all 6 episodes. Coach, have you seen that you could just check it out right there on Sling?
Awesome. It's awesome as well.
Yeah, it's just right there on TV. You can just click over to the channel, record your favorite shows, make sure that you're watching Coach Prime, and you can see it on the big screen. It's all the content, even exclusive content on the Barstool channel that's only being made for Sling. All you have to do is go to sling.com/Barstool, sign up now, get your first month starting at $10, $10 for all that good content. You can watch all your shows, all your live sports, all on Sling TV.
You know, Rone, I told Dion when we first started talking about doing this show on Barstool, I said, look, Coach, you know, if we do this show, I said, they're going to ask, he'll tell you it's the truth. I said, they're going to ask one of us to run for president. Now, I was obviously making that comment more towards him. But Manny Pacquiao is now officially running for the presidency of the Philippines. And, well, first of all, what do you think about that? And what do you think about Coach running for not president of the United States? I think Coach would be a great president.
You can give me shot. You can forget that. You can give me shot. Anyway, let's go back.
I was asking Rone.
I'm good. Manny Pacquiao, to me, I've never met him, never been in the same room, watched him fight multitude of times, seen him out in the community that he lives in away in California as well. He's a good guy. People love him. People respect him. He's resilient, a hard worker. He has money. The reason I'm saying he has money and money don't have him is because, see, that qualifies him in the mind of a lot of people by saying he's not doing it for the money. He's not doing it to get side deals and to get checks. He's doing it because he cares about what's the best interest for the people in the Philippines. I like it 100%. I love it. I think he's a great guy, and he's an asset to whatever he touches.
I'm like Coach Prime. I would have no interest in politics, and the only thing that would interest me is being a politician who plays basketball, because whenever a politician, and especially Manny Pacquiao, plays basketball, all those dudes get out of the way and they let him get his layups. He must score 60 points a game whenever he plays basketball. That would be my favorite point. Just everybody's feeding you, giving you positive feedback when you mess up. I want to be a politician just for the pickup basketball game so they could feed me shots from the elbow all day long.
What kind of shots are you referring to, actually?
I'm talking about shots. I'm talking about putting up shots from the mid-range. I'm not talking about shots that I'm throwing back or shots I'm shooting out. Those are the only kinds of shots I'm taking.
Speaking of shot, Clemson scored 14 points the other day, Coach.
What do they mean?
I didn't say scored 14 points.
Clemson are bad. You saying Clemson is bad and Georgia Tech is horrible? Can you give Georgia Tech some credit, please?
Oh, come on.
Can you give Georgia Tech some credit? They're in the ACC as well.
No, I can't because Clemson has scored 14 points in 6 minutes on every team they played in the ACC for the last 10 years.
It's a new day. That long-haired guy that was been there for the last several years, I think he's in Jacksonville having a tough time scoring as well. So it's a new day. I'm pretty sure they're going to get on track. But to me, don't look at it as Clemson falling. Look at it as Georgia Tech is coming.
But are they coming, or who? My point is, who else is coming? Who's Clemson coming back to the fold? Who does that open, Rone? Who does that open the doorway to in coming back to the fold? That's what I want to kind of figure out. Who's opportunity?
You got to set that up. That was a great setup. Let me tell you something. That was one of your best setups ever. See, Rone might have fell for that. Someone out here listening or watching might have fell for that, but I'm not falling for that. That's a great setup. Rome, see what he's trying to do. He's trying
break
to
it down.
He's trying to backdoor you into saying this other college that he and I graduated from. So
no. I'm asking who's opportunity. If they don't have an opportunity, they're owing whatever that is.
Yeah, that's why you want to go there. You can't just not say them. You can't not mention them.
Right, when you're 0-3, you cannot mention them. Absolutely. When the question is who's going to take advantage in the ACC of the opportunity, that's all I was asking.
Don't say them, Ron. You're going to get attacked from a multitude of people. You're going to get criticized, but that's what he wants. So I'm not going down that street because that's what he wants. I'm not going to do that.
ACC, I don't really see Florida State doing it. I don't see Florida.
This has nothing to do with Florida State. This has to do with who takes advantage of Clemson.
North Carolina.
Okay.
I think it's North Carolina. I think Sam Howell is a top flight quarterback, at least from an NFL perspective. And I think that he might wind up being the one that takes advantage if they backslide enough. Now, in the general scheme of things, I think that we also see a little bit of vulnerability from Alabama after Florida gave them a really good game this past weekend. And I think Georgia could take advantage of that. Georgia is a good squad this year.
I saw a team that got up and they got a little complacent. They could have put them away early. They got complacent. I don't see them being vulnerable whatsoever. I see them getting complacent. And let's not forget, they're on the road. They're on the road. They put up those points on the road. They got you
That's
got
a lot of points.
Coach, as a coach, there's a wonderful coaching tool. You want that to happen and you win. You don't want that to happen and you lose. It's a great teaching tool.
Expound. Continue. But why? That's the point I was going to ask about. Why is that such a perfect teaching tool when that happens?
Sometimes your team get complacent. They get a little too uppity. They start walking around campus and people start telling them how good they are, how great they are. They start really reading their clippings. Everyone's tweeting about them. Everyone's saying this about us. What happened to us? Guys start smelling themselves. And as much as you bring them down and you bring them back to life in practice, and something's missing. As a coach, you know when you take that field and you're ready to get down, there's something missing. And oftentimes it takes something, adversity, to like reestablish you, to recheck you or restart you. I hate to lose, but I'm glad it happened early. But someone like Alabama, see, they know how to deal with that with winning. That's what I love about them. They're a whole nother level.
My only point was that, Alabama has owned Georgia for the last couple years. I know Georgia was winning at halftime of last year's game, but I do think that this year's Georgia team is poised to at least make that another really close game. And honestly, whoever wins that game is almost guaranteed a spot in the Final Four. And I think that I shouldn't have said vulnerable, but I think that Georgia could be poised to give them a really good game this year.
Coach. So now I'm referring now. I need you to channel Prime, okay? Back in the prime time. Let's go back in the Wayback Machine a little bit. So Patty Mahomes comes off the field and during the halftime, gives wifey a little sugar during the halftime.
I wouldn't do that.
Is it too much?
I would never do that. I would never do that. Because when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. Even when I was in my showman time and era, I was still locked in. I was locked in. So I couldn't do that.
Do you think that some of the pressure was maybe coming from her? Do you think that maybe wifey's like, hey, come by and say hi, and like, do you
Wifey
think
ain't crazy. Wifey ain't crazy. Wifey would never suggest that.
Well, I guess, but why is wifey in proximity of that to happen and not in a box? Is one.
Well, she probably wanted to be out there to feel the fans. Some people want to feel it. Some people don't want to be in the box. They want to feel it. They want to feel the crowd and feel the
Why
energy.
is the wifey on the sidelines, not in the stands then? This is in the stands. You know what I'm saying? I see that. Okay, so that leads to the victors. To the victors go to spoils that way.
Exactly.
That's how that's supposed to work.
First of all, you suggested a box earlier, so why wouldn't she be just in the stands? So, because she's Pat Mahomes' wife. You suggested why isn't she in the box? Assuming that's where she was supposed to be in the box. Yeah. Exactly. Because she's Pat Mahomes' wife.
Something else went on in that box, and I want to talk about it, the box that she was maybe supposed to be in. But first, I want to talk real quick about our friends over at Cross Country Mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage is just like us at Barstool, a people-first group of people. They're dedicated to the fundamentals of mortgage lending, and that's fast, convenient, less stressful home financing or refinancing. So if you have to take care of those things, which might be uncomfortable but necessary in your life, you need to talk to the folks at Cross Country Mortgage, because rates are unbelievably low and you might be leaving money on the table, hundreds, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who knows? You need to go through and make that call to them. If you haven't refinanced, you could be hurting yourself. So you might just need some more cash in your pocket, and those will be the people to help you out. Like I said, rates are at an all-time low. They might not get this low again, so call for a fast, free rate quote, and our partners will save you a ton of money. You can call today, and they'll give you a free home valuation just for calling. Go to crosscountrymortgage.com/barstool to learn more about your future home buying experience or refinancing your current mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, all loans subject to underwriting approval, www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Cross Country Mortgage, take those folks seriously. But Patrick Mahomes, his brother was in the box. And his brother, after that loss, was getting taunted by some Ravens fans. So he took the bottle of water, unscrewed the top, and he poured it right on one of the Ravens fans who was talking a bunch of junk to him. It's only water. But did he overreact?
Yes, he overreacted. Now he's probably going to be sued by something for some reason. And it's going to get back to the real Mahomes, to Patrick Mahomes, for some form of fashion, because that's all they want to get back to him. That was wrong. You got to understand why you are where you are. You're only in the box for one reason, because of your brother. And you got to act accordingly. Don't mess it up for everybody.
So should Patrick have a talk with him? Should Patrick be talking to him?
Well, I'm probably sure he already did.
Well, maybe not. It's a different generation now. But the point is, he should have had a conversation. Because, see, that's the problem all the time, is that, you know, it's always been funny, and this is just kind of it just transcends time, is the posse or the friends, they act more entitled than the talent or the principal, you know, and so it always seems to have, I call it Pookie. You know, you go back to the Michael Vick situation, you know, and you know, Mike does more time, you know, Pookie, the guys who were doing most of the bad stuff, none of them even went behind bars. But the dude who was paying for everything, and yes, did he have awareness? Did he have knowledge? And again, I'll say it again, I've never seen a man show as much contrition and humility and not offer any excuses in an apology. So, you know, but it just, Pookie is always the one that's screwing things up.
Yeah, no, it's a fact, and that's why you got to keep them in check. But at the same time, if you got a bunch of money and everybody's not eating around you, you're kind of wasting the money. But that's a paradox that these superstars are going to have to deal with forever.
Coach, so one of my favorite players is Lyle Collins.
Who's Lyle Collins?
Right, the tackle for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Big mean tackle, the kid that didn't get drafted. I mean, I like him because he's mean. He got that in him, that Louisiana thing in him. But you know, he also, I guess, has a little you know, issue. So he's on the NFL's radar, and so he's got a 5-game suspension because he's missed a series of urine tests, and so he's appealing the urine test because he was saying it was just an accident. It was a series of events that happened. One reason, so again, you miss a couple of, but one reason was for something. Then the other reason he said was because the strength and conditioning coach passed away, and Jerry Jones allowed the team to mourn. Now, did he go
first of all, Jamie, you know it's a different day now. Mm-hmm. So the urine test ain't like it used to be when we took the urine test. Like they give us a little pee cup. We go in the bathroom and pee, come back out handing the cup. Nowadays, they walk in there with you.
Right.
And put out. You don't trust nothing. They don't trust nothing these days. Not only that, they would come to you in off season. Mm-hmm. Hey, we need that pee. Come on, pull out. Let us in. If you don't, it's gonna be a problem. So they're adamant about these tests. So the fact that you have missed multiple tests is alarming. But you do not know what they missed tests for.
The dude's funeral, though. Come on, no, you the guy's funeral. You using that as the excuse.
You probably put it on too. I put it on my homie funeral.
Yeah, but it's not an accident. You know what's going on, but you also know that these players are smoking. I thought that they had stopped testing for that, like they did in the NBA. Maybe it's time they stop. It's too much money.
You would not have an NBA if they test for that.
Well, you wouldn't have an NFL if they. Well, anyway, but the point is, once you get in the system, see, that's the reason why I never understood why players in again going back to my era, I never had any pity for anybody who got suspended. And the last guy we're going to talk about is Josh Norman. So not Josh Norman, Josh Morgan. Excuse me. So the NFLPA is now supporting again Josh Morgan's return. And so I know, Coach, where I think
no. You got to be saying the wrong name.
The wide receiver from Cleveland. What's his name? Josh.
It's not Morgan.
Josh.
What's Josh's name? You made me forget his name. He's been out of the league so long now.
No, it's off and on. He's off and on. He was just last year. He got at the beginning.
No, it wasn't last year. No, I promise you, it wasn't last year.
Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
No, he was in the league last year.
No, he wasn't.
Beginning of the year.
No. It's been at least 3 years.
No. They
Check the last time he played wrong. Google it. Yeah.
All right. So
I'm Googling.
See, because the question is, Coach, I know you've been a supportive of it. I'm just wondering, not of what he's done. I mean, how many chances, I guess, and I know biblically what you're going to say, 7,000.
2019.
So
2019 was the last time.
Yeah, it's 2020.
No, he didn't play. I think that's when he finally suspended him. When did he last play?
No, that was what happened. No, he played and got like the first game or something like that. It was that year.
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been.
2019, he caught one pass, and then the next week he got suspended.
He got suspended. No way. Yes.
So this was a couple years ago then.
Yes.
So that's really 3 years, though.
Yes.
Because he played one game. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but I guess but they are once again supporting his return. So how many times is enough would be the question, Rone.
It's no time. Like if they keep giving the chances, why not? I just hope he gets better, man. He's a good kid, man. He just got a tremendous problem.
Yeah,
a tremendous problem. I think he's a good kid because I've never heard of him doing harm to anyone but himself.
Correct.
He's never bring someone with him. It's himself, and you obviously bring your family.
But what if he played on a team that it was legal in the state? Could we do it that way and get him in?
He just play basketball. Why don't he just play basketball?
They would have to test him. His reputation. They wouldn't let him do it. His reputation preceded him. They would have to test him. I'm sorry, sir.
I need to call my boy Matt Barnes. Hey, Matt, I need to. Can y'all get this man a job in the NBA on the team? Stack. I got to call Stack and Matt. If it can happen, and they got a show called Up and Smoke. So
Yeah, get him out here. Let him play.
We got to drink all the smoke.
Let him play.
Let him
All
play.
right, boys.
All right. So that's going to do it for this edition of 21st Prime, guys. We appreciate you as always tuning in. Coach, any final words?
Yeah. Pray for me. I'm getting ready to go to the doctors right now to see if I get surgery tomorrow on my foot or
on what?
It's about several things wrong with it. But the foot is dislocated. It's okay. It's like 3 different things wrong with it. And they said if I have surgery now, I'll be down for 6 weeks. I'm like, I'm not going to be down for 6 weeks. So you need to figure out something that you could go in there and fix it that can have me straight until the end of the season. Then I go back and get the real one.
Did you play basketball or something? That's how you got dislocated?
No, man. It just started hurt first Achilles, then the foot, then the bottom of the foot, then the top of the foot. So right now, every night, probably after I get up and pee, like I do, it's a pain fest.
Twice a night.
No, I pee 4 times a night.
Yeah. Ron, how about you? How many times a night do you pee, Ron? We got to go.
I'm only on 1 right now.
See, you're young.
Yeah, he don't drink nothing before he go to bed. He just goes to bed dry.
Just.
I got the glass, but I'll it's creeping up. I'll be on 2 soon enough.
He's young. We got to get out of here. All right, Coach, go ahead and do your thing, Coach.
God bless.
You know what it is.